everybody, this is Magnum Pi. I'm here with Vahilo, Teku, and Golgotha. Dark Templar isn't with us right now, but we are Initiative Zero, and we're going to play some more Second City Chronicle, Chronicles of Darkness, our second story in that chronicle, A Tale of Two Cities. We're so happy you could join us. Thanks for, taking an interest in the show. If you like what you hear, hit the like button. Let us know that you like it. If you really like it, subscribe, put some comments in, join us on our Discord. We just keep growing and growing, and we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you like, what you don't like. So I'm not going to go on too much about that, but if you like variety, if you like different kinds of games, this channel focuses on those sorts of things. So please tune in. Please continue with us, and we're going to jump right back into this. Hello, Teku and Golgi. How you doing?
Good. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It has, for sure. Gonna switch my token down in the chat there so that I show up as the storyteller.
Oh, that's probably important.
Yeah, you guys should switch yours.
The whole interface just feels so foreign.
Well,
I've actually gotten good at doing this shit.
You have.
It's me being competent.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's been like a month in real life.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably
it's been
more.
Been a little while. They've also updated the interface in Roll20, so this is the new interface. So should look a little bit different, unless you guys can control that yourselves. I don't know. But anyway, when we last left, Grayson Bridger had a really strange encounter on the streets of the bad part of town, and ended up killing two guys, or at least shooting them and wounding them very badly.
Well, to be fair, I didn't actually see. No, I'm assuming I killed them. I don't know this for certain, but I'm pretty sure.
For reference, this happened in a session that the other players weren't involved in, and it hasn't been broadcast yet. So this is new for me too. This is exciting.
Cool.
Yeah. Fun fact: I may have murdered two people.
So typically, a fun fact and an admission of murder are staggered somewhat. There's something placed between them conversationally.
Fun fact: I like kittens, and I murdered two people.
All right.
See, there you go.
Yeah, that's definitely well spaced. So, and Grayson had contacted David Way for some help with regard to because you're losing time, right? It's not the first time it's happened, and you get these urges and everything like that. So you contacted David for some help. Christopher, on the other hand, when we last left you had just encountered Mason again at the garage. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we didn't really catch up with what you were doing. We kind of jumped over to Elliot and Vinny.
I politely ducked out of the Pui Talk Center experience. I think that did they go back to the Pui Talk?
Vinny just met with David, so he was not going back to that there yet. They were about to do that. Oh,
that's right. Yeah. Elliot was off having adventures. And
that's right.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's so right. We never really caught up with you right after that, which would have been the next day for you.
Yes.
You already have been given the willpower point for your rest. Likewise, Grayson has already been given his. And and so we basically are going to kind of meet up with you guys that day, because Grayson, you spent that morning, or that evening rather, with Samantha that morning. She got up and left to go to work, and I believe you went home after talking to, because you didn't want to go to work, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm reevaluating that decision, though. I think I am going to go to work, just because if things look kind of shady, I don't want to look like that. It would look kind of suspicious.
Okay, so you're going to go to work. Christopher, you're going to work.
Sure.
Cool.
I didn't get my face punched off. Probably fine.
This is true. So there you guys are. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, cool.
All right. Me at work, doing work things.
Yep, you get
Totally.
in there. You're teaching your lecture and everything like that. Can you give me an academics plus composure check? I just want to see how.
Academics plus composure.
Yeah, you're an academician, right?
I am an academician. Oh, I'm very much academician.
Yeah, and you
Composure,
have good composure, and yet you've been rattled. So
and then I'm going to use willpower in this because this seems like something I should use willpower for to
sure.
really hold it together, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a look here. So with your guilt, you're -2 to resolve and composure to check against things. So you're not affected by your guilt with this. So yeah, just to maintain your composure, I'm going to say you're probably penalized by the impact, the moral impact of things. So it'd be again a -3
Okay.
to that academics plus composure check.
Now, would any of my specializations work in this?
You're trained, so you know when you're giving your lectures and dealing with people, you need to be composed, right? You need to be professional. So your professionalism counts. Yeah.
Okay, so I would be +1 then.
No, I think you get your 9 again. Right?
Well, yeah, I'm 9 again. So that counts for so not.
Yeah,
the,
your specializations don't count. It's
okay, gotcha. Okay, no worries.
yeah, it's your professionalism that counts.
Holy shit!
Wow.
How can I fail with that?
So you are
No. This is great because in your mind you didn't even fail. You're holding it together. But
no.
to any
He's aware.
onlooker,
He's aware that he can't hold it together. This is
complete
affecting.
bag of twitch.
Yeah, like you're having a rough go.
Jesus. Look at those rolls. Look at 2, 2, 2, 3. What?
You just threw a stapler at a student, man.
Jesus Christ, that's terrible.
That's awesome, though. It totally works.
Oh, no, I want to be cool. I'm not cool. Why am I not cool?
Because you just killed 2 people. That's why you're not cool. It totally makes sense.
Probably better you're not cool. Otherwise,
Yeah. So it's just weighing on you, like you're shaking when you're pouring the coffee. You're losing your place because your mind keeps jumping back to things. And as you look around and you see some of the students there, I'm also going to get you to resist an urge here.
Okay, I'll resist it then.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you need to roll resolve plus composure with an extra die.
Resolve plus composure. No academics in this one.
Oh,
Holy
an
Jesus.
exceptional.
Come on, man. How is this a thing? I'm going to willpower this too, so I have to use my other willpower. I have to drop those out.
Yeah, just
Resolve plus composure. Normal. Drop 2 of those down. Drop over your head. Come on. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
you need 5 non-whammies. What are you hoping for?
I'm hoping for no whammies. Oh, come on! They're so close!
all right.
That 7. That 7 is great. That's a great 7.
I fucking hate this game.
All right. So, yeah, you are strongly urged to approach one of the female students, and that is rather attractive there. And
I am not going to do it, though.
okay, and so that will fulfill one of your. I'll give you the points at the end, but it is one of your aspirations, I believe, right? To resist the urge. Okay. And
Because at this point, I'm realizing something's not right. This is not right. This is not who I am. This is not what I do.
Yeah. Now, yeah. So you resist that urge, and and you are actually, because he made, I think I did this last time, because he made an exceptional success, just give me a resolve plus composure check.
Okay, resolve plus composure.
Yeah,
There.
you're okay. So you maintain your ground. You don't feel the need to remove yourself or something like that, right? You can resist the urge while being there. So yeah, but you're having a hard time. You're having a hard time today. What did you want to do other than what you're supposed
Throwing
to do?
the word hard at it.
I'm going to again. I'm very distracted in obvious reasons. My focus is going to be as soon as I'm done my lectures for the morning, because I don't have any in these this afternoon. Getting back to my office, trying to do some busy work until, because I think David and I could be wrong about this. It's been close to a month since I played. But did we make do we agree to a time to meet?
Because tonight is another session. He said to come about a half an hour early.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to my office. I'll be doing a little bit of busy work, but then I think I'm going to call because my last memory of Christopher and Vincent and the boy, whose name I can't remember actually. Elliot. There you go. Elliot. Probably best not to call him the boy. Was, we were about to go into the
Garage.
garage, and my next memory is being in a part of town that was unfamiliar. Well, I know about it, but I've never been there, and it was not fun. So I need to find out kind of what's going on there too. And so I'm going to give Christopher a call.
All right, Christopher, your phone rings.
Whilst I'm at work,
Yeah.
that's honestly probably fine. I'll answer it and hello.
Well, hold on. Grayson, did you call him through the university line or did you call his personal phone?
I would assume his personal phone.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, hey, is this Christopher? I mean, of course it's Christopher. It's your phone number. Hey, it's Grayson. How you doing?
Good. What? How are you? What happened to you?
I don't really know.
Where are you right now?
I'm in my office now. Is
You sound like you need to go for a cup of coffee.
yeah, I think I do.
There's a coffee place. It's this nearby location to both of our relative positions, as I understand them.
Is it Medici?
There you go.
I was building to it. Building to it slowly,
They
but
have a fantastic brunch menu, I understand.
they do.
Oh,
but
the brunch is so awesome.
We don't have time for brunch right now.
Yeah, that's coffee. Okay,
We're
let's go for
not arguing about the merit of brunch
Hey,
and its placement on a menu.
one
because
sec,
everyone
guys.
universally agrees.
One sec. If there's any of our listeners who have actually been to Medici's near the University of Chicago, can you throw something down into our comments to let us know actually how good this place is? It's been a running joke with us for years.
It's been in our lore for years and years. And
yeah.
one day we want to go there.
One day we will
This has
go
jumped
there.
games at this
Oh,
point.
yes.
Like games and settings. And
It's been in almost every game. So yeah, if you guys have ever been there or could go there and let us know how it is, let us know in the comments or hop on our Discord and let us know. Anyway, back to the game.
like
Go ahead.
it's brunch. It's going to be amazing regardless, but still.
Yes.
Yes, so Medici's coffee.
And we'll kind of do the spinning Batman logo. And there you guys are at Medici's.
And I'm going to get myself a coffee, and I'll grab Grayson a decaf, because apparently he's in need of less jittery.
Yeah, I'm shaking.
Yeah. We're going to have a soothing tea.
Oh yeah, give me tea. Nice chamomile with honey. No fucking sugar. Flavored with fucking honey.
Because there's no sugar in honey.
I'm gonna assume that
But it's shut up.
I'm gonna
Anyways,
assume that Chris understands as much about tea as I do. So we're just gonna stare off absentmindedly and say, "Yeah, one of those," to the barista.
Cool. All right. You guys are there sipping your tea.
Presumably somewhere in a corner.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'll say, what happened the other night? You sort of disappeared.
Yeah. I there's going to be some things I don't know. I know it sounds weird to say that I don't know, but I really genuinely don't know. Um, the next
Strangely, that doesn't sound that strange. Actually, that's
well,
what I was calling you here for.
well, the next thing I remember okay, so I'll tell you precisely what I remember up until I apparently disappeared. We were driving to Vincent's garage. We got there. I remember there were some lights on. Obviously, there's somebody in there. And then the next memory I have is I can't remember the name of the neighborhood. What's the name of the neighborhood?
Englewood.
I'm in Englewood. My car is parked in some back alley. Um, I have no idea how I got there, but it was like 1 o'clock in the like 12 midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
For reference, how far away is Englewood?
Probably you could get there within a half hour from the university to where he was in Englewood. It's a rather large area.
Yeah, but you would also know it is not necessarily a safe place to be.
Do you typically have business in Englewood?
No, I don't know anybody there, and I think I may have attended a party.
Well, that's like pro-social behavior. I would defend you a bit.
It's not pro-social behavior. It's fucking messed up. I don't know what happened, and then while I was there, I had another episode where I have lost time, and I'm not going to go into details here, but when I regained my sense of self, it was not a good situation.
Lost time, so you blacked out.
Yeah, I blocked out. As I said, this is not, again, this isn't necessarily the place to talk about it because...
No, that's... I just have a couple of cursory questions, and this comes from a place of concern for your well-being more than anything. And don't take this as any kind of judgment. I'm just eliminating what I think are the more mundane and readily dismissed potential factors here. Okay.
No, absolutely. I understand.
Okay.
You're going to ask about drug use, I would assume.
I mean, I was going to go with chemicals in general, but
Yep. I would assume that too. I would assume the same thing. No, there are no chemicals. I occasionally enjoy a gin martini every once in a while, but I was stone sober and I don't use drugs.
So alcohol not a factor. Other willing narcotics and the like not a factor.
No. And there's no opportunity for anybody to put anything in a drink for me.
Do you have a history of this happening?
No, at least not recently.
Okay. All right. So, has this happened before?
No, it hasn't happened before. I've never had missing time like this. But it's connected to some other things that have been happening that I kind of dismissed initially, but it's much more significant than I initially thought. And it kind of stems from our experience at the library when we went into the vents and we ended up in the field. Remember the football player? Yeah, the football player and the cheerleader. Yeah. I think I told you everything that happened. The football player was able to reach in and grab me, but he didn't grab me. He kind of disappeared. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. But ever since then, I've had these really strange, I guess the best way to say it is urges, right? Desire to do things that are be outside of who I am and my personality and anything I believe. Uh, and it's sometimes triggered by strong emotions, um, but it could be just some pretty young woman walking down the street or in the library. Uh, it's. I think this is related to it because the second incident where I at least remember a little bit about what happened. Well, I remember what happened before, but I was hit by a lot of intense emotions, fear, anger. Um, and again, the next thing I remember, I looked and saw what happened, and again, does not reflect anything in my realm of experiences.
I mean, I'm not an expert, but my
Is there a
first thought.
newspaper? Is there a newspaper here?
Probably, yeah. Let's say there is, or you grabbed one
So
on your way.
I'm gonna I'm gonna hold my fingers at just one moment. So I'm gonna go find a newspaper. I have to pay for it. I'll pay for it. I'll look through it, and if there's a article on the shootings, I'm gonna point to that.
Um, yeah, we'll say that there's. We'll say that there is, just for the sake of you being able
Yeah.
to talk about it. Sure.
I'm sorry, you were involved in it, and I'm really hushing my voice. Were you involved in this somehow?
I'll kind of look at him. I think
Were
so.
you involved in this perhaps more directly? Is that what we're getting to here?
I don't remember anything. I remember these two men confronting me, demanding my wallet, demanding my car keys, and I was giving it to them. And then next memory, and I just kind of look at it, was seeing this.
I mean, again, I don't think I have any science on this character. It doesn't matter. I do believe I have basic occult.
Listen. I mean,
I do.
I. It's not exactly out of the possibility. Do you remember the hallway or not the hallway, the alley where we? Again, I'm speaking quietly. Sir Albert.
Oddly enough, I sort of don't. Um,
Well,
I'm fairly sure I'm dealing with some repressed memory on the subject. I know
oh,
I'm. It wasn't good, and
no,
I'm
it
already
wasn't.
getting kind of flighty on the subject.
Yeah, because you were like rocking in a corner in the alley, right? So
Yeah. Fetal position, sucking thumb.
yeah.
So here's what happened. Vinny and I went up there, and I was obviously ahead of him, and it was dark as hell. Couldn't see anything. I heard some noises, like some movement, and all of a sudden Albert came at me, like teeth baring at me, um, like almost like a rat. Um, and I was able to push him away, and I started running, and I heard some shots. I'm assuming Vinny started shooting at him. Um, and I got to the landing where the um, remember the fire where that
Yeah, the
I'm
fire
sorry,
exit. Yeah.
fire exit. Um, and I turn around and I see him kind of stumbling towards me. I think Vinny managed to get a shot in him maybe, and he came around and I moved and as soon as he went by me I just kicked him. I kicked him right off the landing. Um, so I mean I think I killed him.
So I have a question. Because I have a couple different responses loaded up for this, but I need to know. Because this is a sore spot for me, what with the shaken, what with the fugue state, and the specific term teeth bared looking like a rat. That specifically I feel like is probably going to elicit some sort of response on my behalf.
You aren't really encountering the thing that triggered the shakes, though, right? Like this is really, it was triggered by you seeing the gore and the rats pouring out of him, right? This isn't like one of your kind of baseline breaking
No,
points.
okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I just need to understand the depths of this.
No, that's cool. And before you go on,
Yep.
I'm just going to resolve the guilty condition for Grayson there, because he.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do I feel at least a little bit more relieved?
Well, yeah, you got it off your chest for sure. That condition doesn't weigh on you anymore.
Okay. Well, I'm going to kind of break eye contact at this point and sort of, again, scroll to make sure that we're not being overheard. And then very quietly say, I mean, my first question is one of intent. Was it your intent to kick Albert off the roof, ending his life?
I don't think so. I just wanted him away from me. Like, he scared the hell out of me. Like I said, he was coming at me, and
No,
and he-
and I understand. And I don't want to make this harder for you than it is, but I'm asking this question to kind of frame it from the perspective of not an impartial observer, because I don't know that I can be, but a distanced observer. I can understand the impulse for self-defense, and I can understand
I
not.
wasn't even thinking in the moment. I was just I.
An instinctive response is exactly that.
But I don't want to justify it. I think I killed a person, and I think I killed 2 other people.
Well, I don't have any specific or, I guess, helpful assertions to make, aside from the fact that it becomes a question of intent. If you're genuinely in a position where you're just acting out of instinct, or in the latter case, acting out of a place almost beyond yourself, then it becomes a question of who is accountable for that. And again, I'm not any sort of supernatural specialist, but if you're taking on a completely different personality, a completely different set of attributes, that suggests either, I mean,
Possession.
some form of schizophrenia,
I
like
reason
damage to your hypothalamus, maybe, or and more practically, I think, possession.
Yeah. It's the only I'm a person of science. I'm a scholar.
But it's interesting you bring up memory, right? Because I'm having a bit of an issue myself, but it's different, and I don't want to get bogged down in it because we've already been through it once, and you're already in kind of a place of relative fragility here.
You've been losing time as well?
No, I'm remembering things clearly, but I might be the only one.
Like what?
So you missed it because you were, I guess, otherwise not yourself.
It's putting it mildly.
But we were accosted by Mason again. I don't know if you know, he's made off with the book.
What?
He did so by being invisible, or somehow obscuring his presence to the point that even with Vinny's gun, I was shooting blind. But to talk to either of the other two, they thought it was dark and he was wearing a wetsuit. And I'm sorry, there's no way. And we've already had, you and I had a conversation where we remember things differently, and I don't want to pick that up again right now because you're already dealing with enough.
Are you talking about the car?
Yep.
Okay. No. This is yeah, I'm dealing with a lot, but this is also maybe it's something related. I don't know. Uh, what do you remember seeing? Because again, I sorry, just what do you remember seeing?
I'm
That
going to
you just
suggest
saw?
we not do this in a potentially crowded coffee shop and maybe go for a walk and find somewhere a little more secluded.
Yeah,
Because I don't know what your reaction is going to be.
no,
Because your reaction
that's
last time was a little pronounced.
yeah, that's a good idea.
So we'll skip over to an otherwise, I don't know,
Yeah, you're just roaming around
empty
in a
alleyway or
or down, in a
yeah.
one of the green areas on campus that's
Don't
not
say
really
by
occupied.
don't say by the docks. Don't do it.
No.
For the bay, sitting in a chair, bombing the way.
And I'll say again, looking around to my memory, I remember Mason pulling out, and this sounds absurd, a small dagger, gesturing at your vehicle and Vinny in it, and then your vehicle and Vinny in it, uh, uh, leaving the bounds of gravity and completely flipping. And that sounds ridiculous, but so too does at the speeds he was able to build in the snow, he hit a curb and flipped the car backward. Cars don't somersault under normal circumstances, given that physics are pretty consistent under normal circumstances. And
Sorry, go ahead.
after talking to you, I sort of dismissed it because, there's always that encroaching thought of maybe I'm the crazy one. But this Mason thing, this Mason thing, it also doesn't, neither narrative fits. I mean, the rationalization is at best an incredible reach. But there's no way. And in talking to Elliot, he was adamant. And now I'm starting to wonder, I mean, that's twice that I've come across Mason, and that's twice that I've seen things differently than everybody else. And the reason I bring this to your attention is just like looking into, what's her name, Karen? Karen's family, as far as potentially being lycanthropes. I was hoping we could do a bit of research into Mason, at least within the scope of his abilities, because at this point, I don't know if he's bending light. I don't know if he's just rocking a whole hell of a lot of, I guess it'd be telekinesis and gravity. I don't know. I mean, this again, we took sort of a grassroots approach last time. And if you've got the time, I wouldn't mind doing that again, just to try and get a sense of what it is we're dealing with, if only to try and understand why I'm seeing this differently.
Right.
Because this isn't something that I want to be different about.
Right. I have to be at the Putak Center half an hour before things begin today because I'm going to talk to David. I've already talked to David about my situation, but yeah, I think I could help. You know what? So Magnum, can I possibly, is there any way for me to like really, really think hard and think about whether or not my memory is wrong?
Sure. And Christopher can help you with that if you want to try to really.
I'm super hesitant about the whole thing, given his pre-existing emotional state and the previous response.
So basically, anytime there's a serious attempt to prod at the false memories or bring them into question, like be like, "Come on, do you really think a car can actually do that?" And that sort of, like that sort of thing.
I mean, I've already done that.
Reconsider everything, or try to correct them by force. In this case, it would be magical force. That can trigger another breaking point. So.
Well, I think I'm at that point anyways, because I mean, it's the logic of a car flipping like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I've been looking for it. I wouldn't say at this point Christopher has really pushed. He just kind of talked about his difference in memory.
Yeah.
But
if
you
like
want to,
specific
if Grayson
narrative for that reason,
Like if Grayson really wants to try to question it, you can do that, and Christopher can help you. But in in doing so, you're probably going to trigger a breaking point. Like if you figure that Grayson is doing that to that degree, then it's a breaking point.
Okay, so maybe I'll wait on that for now.
Well,
But I'll say so. Okay,
I mean, it's not really an action so much as is it really what Grayson would do? Is he going to start re-examining it and questioning?
Here's my thinking then on that. I mean, my thinking is, well, I was kind of I don't want to say dismissive. It's like, well, no, this is what happened. I mean, what do you remember? Like, no, that's not true. That didn't happen. But given my own situation, my lost memories and not lost memories, but my lost time, I'm more inclined to believe that maybe something's not right.
Okay.
That's just it. Today's thread has been primarily about memory, and while they may be following different vectors and tracks, they are the same sort of thematic train, as it were.
Yeah, you guys are having similar problems. Okay, to try to remember something is an intelligence plus composure check.
Intelligence?
Yeah,
plus
to recall.
Composure. And I'm smart.
Mm-hmm.
The dice don't seem to think so, though.
Well, apparently not fucking today. Do I have to any negatives?
No, there's no penalty. Just realize that if you're successful, that means you do successfully prod the memory, right?
Yeah.
If you fail, then you can't get past it, and it's not a serious attempt at prodding the memory.
Oh, do I ever?
Oh boy!
You're like that.
Why are you like this?
Fucking stereo. 10,
Why
10.
are you like this? Oh my god!
Okay.
You're gonna melt.
I see it in stereo now.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you a condition, and it's it's the what I'm going to say is that I'm going to give you an informed condition, even though it's not really research, but it's going to be something that has to do with it will be, you are informed about it's like you're informed about the fact that there's something strange going on. I'm going to call them, you are informed about quiescence, which is the memory suppression due to magic. Okay, and which means that if you are trying to recall this or recognize it or something like that, you will be able to use that, and on 3 successes you will get an exceptional success, and I believe that's how it works.
But Grayson, what I was saying, I mean, my pull at the library, I should be able to basically reserve a private room, a reading room, pull out some less than readily available books. But I need you to kind of point the way as to what it is we're dealing with.
Yeah, I can do that.
Before you do that, though, we're going to do that breaking point, because you more than successfully prodded the memory. What's your integrity right now?
Oh, it's not good.
I've got you beat.
Currently 4.
4.
Oh, I don't have you beat. Wow.
Okay, cool. And
I murdered somebody, so, actually
Maybe.
3 people now.
Maybe.
yeah, cool. So you have no current bonuses. Do you want to spend any willpower, or do you want to see how the dice fall?
You know what? I'm gonna bonus power. Or sorry, I'm gonna willpower it. So that actually, I think I should have no willpower left.
No, you have 1 left. You didn't spend it the first time.
Oh.
Yeah, you thought you did, but you didn't. So there's 1 out. So that'll add +3. And penalties, this goes back to recalling what you witnessed. You witnessed the supernatural I would say violent, and you also witnessed a supernatural occurrence. So I would say it's a total of, you're going to be a total of -1. So resolve plus composure -1.
So that's +2 then.
No, total -1.
Oh.
Including the +3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. This is going to, let me make sure I gotta click on the right things here. Resolve plus composure, not intelligence. Be nice if it was intelligence.
Nope. Resolve and composure -1.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Oh, whammies.
Did you put a modifier on there?
I put wait a second, did it not roll?
No, it didn't show the modifier. How many dice did it roll? It rolled 5.
So but it should be -1, he said. So
That's right. Resolve plus composure -1.
There you go. There.
Nope, that's intelligence plus composure.
Oh, what the hell? What's going on here? Oh. Okay, let's try that again. Resolve plus composure. Let's click on them and re-click on them. Normal. -1. Oh, there you go.
Very nice. So you
I'm not fucked up yet.
You don't lose an integrity, but you are let's see. I'm going to say what? You're probably, I would say, spooked.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're now, it's piqued your interest.
Yeah. And in some ways, this is a good thing because at least with this, I've got something that occupy my brain, right? It's something that I find comfort in, right? The academics of it.
Well, it's piqued your curiosity again, right? Spooked is right how you respond, right? You're not overly terrified, but how you respond is up to you. But it captivates you and eats at your attention. You can shed this when your character's fear and fascination causes you to do something that hinders the group or complicates things.
All right.
Cool. All right. So what are you guys going to do now?
I'm going to sit there and think, because I think I have to acknowledge what I remember now. So I'll kind of say, kind of looking off in the distance, say, did this happen? Did this happen? And it'll be things that actually did happen.
And I'll just say I'm not a good measure of what did or didn't happen because I'm sort of stuck in the same spot. The memories I'm confident in don't make sense.
But I'm remembering the same thing you are now.
No, you're not.
Or no?
No.
What am I
not at all? You remember everything exactly the same as you always remembered it. When you pushed on it, it broke you. But you didn't recover the information.
Oh, I thought I
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
Such is the nature of.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to say, I assume that I remembered it now. I'm going to say something effective like, okay, so.
No, you're pretty sure that you're pretty, like it hurt trying to, like it actually hurt you to try to remember this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll say like, I might not remember what you did, but I can't say that whatever you saw was wrong because of my situation. They're just too similar. So I don't remember it, but it may be very much the way it happened.
Well, I mean, for what it is, at least I've got good company and not having a good grasp on reality, I guess.
Oh, I don't know how good company is comfortable, but maybe it is comfortable.
But again, if we're going to look toward getting the book back, we need to understand what it is we're dealing with. And Mason is the key to that.
Do we want the book back?
So if Jim was pretty adamant
Yeah, he was.
Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Adamant, but
Well,
not forthcoming. So, I mean, again, I can get us a room now. We have access to books now. I just need you to kind of break it down and point the way.
I'll look at my watch. How long before I have to be at the Pudak Center?
Long time. It's early afternoon, and you're probably around 6 o'clock. You want to be down there.
Okay, I'll look at him. Let's do this.
All right.
Cool. So you head to the library?
Yeah.
All right. What are you guys going to look at?
Ooh. What are we going to look at? So I think some of the books we're going to look at, of course, we'll start with the
Again.
Necronomicon.
Well,
and,
no. I don't need the specifics of the titles. I just mean, what are you targeting? Like, what are you trying to accomplish?
Well, I'm trying to suss out in the early stages any descriptions of abilities that seem similar to what Mason is demonstrating to try and understand what he is.
Okay, so you're trying
So I'm
to,
going to say books of magic.
yeah, you're trying to parse myth and superstition and stuff like that from real possibilities.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that is definitely occult that you're using, and it's not. Give you a bonus for being in a very big library of +2. So it's going to be intelligence and occult, and you're going to need to get 10 successes. Every roll is a half an hour.
Intelligence and occult. That is not my... Occult is not my strength.
Mine either, but
Although, maybe it's an area I'm going to start specializing in a little bit more.
that's the thing. It's good to build, I suppose. I do have a specialization in academics for research, and that's not occult.
That's fine, but you're doing an occult roll because of what your goal is.
Yeah. So I'm happy to help.
Okay, so
Who's got the lower dice pool, intelligence plus occult?
I'm
I've only got 3.
I'm 4 plus 1, so I'm at 5.
Yeah.
Why are you
So
at +1?
roll... I think he's 4 intelligence, 1 occult.
4
I
intelligence,
see.
1
So
occult.
5. Okay.
Yeah. And you said there's a +2 from our circumstance?
That's right. The library.
Would that go to him or both of us?
Both of you. You're both
Okay.
using the library. Yeah.
All right. So I will roll at +2.
One
That's
success.
better than nothing.
I'll take it.
You're going to roll your 5 plus 3. So
Yeah.
that's 3 successes.
Yep.
After the first 30 minutes.
So how's our, and I'm, after the first round, the first couple tomes, I'll look at them and say, how much time do you have?
We got time.
Okay. Because I don't fully understand the Puitok Center, but actually, while you're there, can you try and I'll just casually bring this up. Can you try and buy me a yoga mat?
Well, dude, why didn't you come?
I did come, and they said that they would sell one, but they never did.
So that's
Okay,
5 now.
3 additional successes for Grayson.
Yeah.
Well, come and buy your own. It's a great place.
It gives me the
Woohoo.
willies. There we go. That's better.
Wow, okay. So when you have an exceptional success and you're doing an extended roll, that makes life way better for you. So, extended actions, exceptional success, either reduce the number of successes required. Right now you've got 8. You can reduce the number of successes required by your character's skill dots. What do you got? By 1. Or you can reduce the time allowed on each roll by a quarter, or apply the results of the success to the action when you complete your goal. And I will
Roll
let
it
you
by
know.
1.
1 second though. Sorry, the number of rolls that you can make is limited.
Well, if we limit it by 1 more, I mean, I only have to make 1.
Yeah.
Unless we shorten the time and work
Your
toward 2.
attribute plus skill plus specialty, which you don't have, That's the maximum number of times you can roll before the action fails. So Christopher
Attribute
only has
plus-
one more roll in which he can help you.
And that we should be fine to make one more, I think.
Yeah. So how do you want to
given
use
that I'm
this
just a backup
exceptional?
dancer anyway. I'd say reduce the requirement by 1.
Okay, so you only
Take
need one
freebie
more
off it.
success.
Okay. And that's 3 plus the 2. Okay, cool. There's 5.
Oh, Jesus. So
I don't
it's
know. I don't know. It's
Um,
raining exceptionals now.
7.
Yeah, you got loads of. Now, from any one source, you can only add.
Oops,
a
all
bonus of-
exceptionals.
Yeah. So go. Yeah, you're good.
So can I
7.
can I actually put 7? Okay.
Yeah, you can put 7.
Jesus, oh my God.
Whatever. We got the
I
1.
got it, but still.
Okay.
Insane.
Oh,
Cool.
man.
All right.
Doesn't matter.
So that's great. You guys, and I'm going to say that exceptional reduced the time.
Sure.
So you guys just found a wealth of information. Essentially, you were looking at kind of truths about Mason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
So we're looking at what?
truths about Mason,
Okay.
right? I'm pretty sure that's what you guys wanted.
Yeah.
Some sort of things to tell you kind of what he is or where he's at and things like that.
Yeah.
And you ruled out things like telekinetics because movement with his mind was not what was going on. He was using that dagger and pointing at things. And likewise, he was controlling darkness and invisibility and things like that. So the times that you've encountered Mason and that you remember now, Christopher, his actions didn't seem psychic. He seemed to be, exerting his will. And and you, Grayson, in the research that the two of you have done, the descriptions that you have received of primarily of the time that you weren't present with Mason, he seems to be using some sort of implement, almost like a wand, so working his will in some way. And so whether this is something possessed in the artifact itself, that dagger that he keeps using, or whether it's something of his own, it seems to be that he's able to work his will over energy of some sort. And so this could be some sort of magical artifact, or he himself could be some sort of will worker, and a person who basically exerts their will over reality is some sort of that's a definition of magic of some form or another. He doesn't seem to be draped in the tropes of magic as you would understand them, with capes and pointy hats and and staffs and things like that, but he seems to be able to exert his will over reality. And then,
I'll
of
just
course,
kind of
the thing
sit
that,
there
as you ponder, you also recall what he shouted back to Elliot when Elliot asked him, why is this book so important? And it's the secrets of the universe, he said.
Oh, God. And I haven't overtly told Grayson that yet, so
No.
I should probably overtly tell Grayson that.
Yeah, and you can just share that with him as
Sorry,
you're
was
sitting
that?
there.
Did you catch that?
So the last thing Mason said before, I guess, conventionally disappearing into the night, was that the book was the key to the universe.
Well,
So the fact that he may be steeped in magic, and that appeared to be some sort of somewhat magical tome, is somewhat worrying. Except for all the parts where it's pretty entirely worrying.
What library did he say he worked at or was working for?
He doesn't. I checked,
But he
Oh,
said the Harold Washington Library.
and I've followed up, and he doesn't work there.
interesting. I wonder
So
why he said that, though.
he probably faked his credentials. It was enough of a bluff to pass the scene.
Right. Did we go to the Harold Washington Library?
No,
Maybe it's worth a visit because I don't know.
I-
He chose that for a reason.
maybe. I hadn't considered it that way, I suppose, but yes.
Weekend trip.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, you've got business at the Pui Talk.
Look at my watch. How long before I have to be there?
A few hours, enough time for you to get home, shower, change, kind of take a cold shower, get all of this, clear your head, and then head to Chinatown. And that's pretty well where we'll catch up. You will walk in to the I think that's it, where Vinny and David are having a meal. Grayson, that's where you guys
Awesome.
will catch up, and that's about a half hour before the session at the Pui Talk. Christopher, what's your plan?
I have to be there half an hour before.
That's what I mean. It's when you'll walk in.
Okay.
Yeah, to the restaurant, which is where David will said to have meet him.
Oh yes, that's right.
I can tag along, but I am a little spooked about the Pui Talk. I mean, the Pui Talk itself was fine at first. And this is not something I'm saying out loud. This is something I'm saying to Magnum.
Yes.
I mean, the Pui Talk was fine at first, and then it got a little culty at the end there.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
You love it.
Do I, though?
You do.
Do
Just
I,
learn.
though?
Just learn to love it. Drink the Kool-Aid or
Yeah, no, I'm...
viscous liquid that we were drinking.
I'll let you guys hang out at the tail of the comet or whatever it is where...
That totally wasn't blood.
All right. Well, that's where we'll leave the end of this session then. We'll pick up with the other guys next time. For those of you that have joined us, hit that like button, subscribe if you really like us, leave a comment below. We really appreciate you being here. And look, everybody's here now. So I'm Magnum Pi, and I'm here now with Dark Templar, Vahilo, Teku, and Golgotha, and we are Initiative Zero.